Hello, Sat Kriya. So this is a Kriya in and of itself in just the one movement or the one practice. So it's a wonderful practice to bring in daily and to start with 3 minutes and then build up minute by minute, or have 3 minutes and then a break and then 3 minutes and a break. We always practice relaxation after Sat Kriya because of the power of it and the importance of giving time for the integration of the work that's been happening through the practice of the Kriya. So the purpose of the Kriya, it works with the sexual energy of the sacral chakra, and it's very good at balancing and channeling this energy. So it can allow the energy to flow in creative ways, and also if there's sexual dysfunction in men, it can help the energy to start flowing so that you can overcome that. In terms of mental and emotional disorders or imbalances, it also has the capacity to balance the system, working particularly on the imbalances that occur in the lower triangle, but also balancing between the lower triangle and the higher triangle. And as it's working through the chakras, it's very strengthening for the heart. It's generally very strengthening and balancing, and it's working it on the subtle bodies. So it's not one to do with a sort of physical drive. It's one to practice softly, gently, and allow the power of it to come at its own time, in its own way. So let me read you something by Guru Ratana about it. She says, Sat Kriya activates subtle energies. This is not an aerobic sport. You can block the flow of energy and miss the subtle experiences of higher energies by pushing the physical body too much and being too aggressive in your practice. Or with too much stimulation, you can have a rush of energy or a fleeting pranic experience, but be unable to integrate it into your psyche. So prepare yourself with constancy, patience, and moderation. Transformation is assured. So thinking about that, and especially for anyone who's taken drugs in the past or in the recent past or maybe today, it is a practice that is extremely cleansing of the toxins and imbalances that come from using drugs. But if you have used drugs, it's suggested that with the hands, rather than having the palms flat together like that, you have the hands clasped and the forefingers up. And if you know you've got a lot to cleanse from taking drugs, then you can even have your hands facing each other rather than holding. So this just decreases the intensity of the practice so that you're not overwhelmed by the detoxifying process, which happens on all levels. So, is there anything else? I don't think so, just to explain the practice. So we practice this, I'll explain it and then we'll tune in and practice together. We practice this sitting on the heels, so this keeps us very grounded. So even though the work that we're doing is actually raising the energy up through the energy channels in the body, this keeps us very grounded. And any time that you're feeling lightheaded or you're feeling it's too much, you can always stop, but always keep your focus at your root if you're somebody either who tends to be more in the higher triangle or if you're having that feeling of sort of whoa, that maybe you'll go into overwhelm. The hands, as I say, are palms together like this, or if it's more comfortable, you can have the forefingers up, thumbs crossed, or if you've been using drugs, as I say. And then you inhale the arms up over the head, so the elbows are straight. You can't see my hands, unfortunately. And then drop the shoulders down. And the back of the neck is long. You really want this to be as relaxed around the shoulders as it can be. And depending on the tightness of your shoulders will depend on whether this feels relaxing or tight and hard work, but it will come. And then the chant is Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. And you might be able to see with each Sat, I'm pulling in the navel point, and then Nam, it releases. Sat Nam, Sat Nam. There's no movement in the hips and the pelvis. The rest of the body remains still. You may find that there's a slight lifting in the chest and lifting in the shoulders as you pull the navel in, which is fine, but just don't exaggerate that. You don't want to get to the point where your shoulders are kind of jumping up. So it's subtle, as Guru Ratana said. Keep that subtleness about it. So just come into the position and give it a go. The back of the neck's long. Relax the shoulders, have your hands however is comfortable for you. And the eyes are closed and the focus at the brow point. And then take a deep inhale, exhale, and let's begin. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. And release the hands down. So we're not pulling Mula Bandha. It's not like as the navel point comes in, we're clenching Mula Bandha, the root lock. But naturally there's going to be a gentle kind of closing as the navel point comes in. So that again is subtle. And in terms of how we breathe through the practice, there's no specific direction about breath. What I find is the body just takes it when it needs it. So I might have a kind of as I need an inhale, or usually I'm exhaling on the Nam, but your body will just find a way of breathing through the practice. So we're going to go for 3 minutes. I've got my trusty timer. And so come into position, inhale the arms up, shoulders down, elbows straight, back of the neck long, rooting down, letting the energy, the weight of the body sink down. And just breathe, come into the body. And let's begin. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. Deep inhale. Pull the root lock, hold the breath. Draw the navel in and up, stretch up, stretch up, stretch up. Hold, squeeze, lengthen. Experience the sensations, the prana moving through the body. Powerfully exhale, keeping the arms up. Hold the breath out. Pull the root lock, navel in and up. Deep inhale. Hold, squeeze, lengthen. Really lengthen up and out of the hips, the shoulders, reaching up. Lovely, powerful exhale. Holding the breath out. Pulling root lock, navel in and up. And then a deep inhale. Squeeze, lengthen. And this time as you exhale, shake out the arms and come all the way onto your back to relax. So coming down onto your mat, just wiggle the hips, let any tension drop away so the body can open and sink down. Let the weight of the body surrender to gravity, so there's no holding. You can soften places of tightness and tension, bringing the breath to any areas which need to soften and open. Allow the breath to cool and calm and balance the body and mind. And trust the innate wisdom of the body to integrate and balance. Experience the sensations on the soles of your feet. The palms of your hands. The crown of the head. Allowing the head to sink a little deeper into the mat. Softening the scalp, relaxing the forehead, softening the cheeks, relaxing the mouth and the tongue, releasing any tension in the jaw. Softening the throat, the chest, allowing the shoulders to be heavy, the arms relaxed, hands and fingers open and relaxed. Let the belly be soft. Allow the back to melt into the mat. See if those points where you meet the mat can merge and blend and soften. So you have a sense of your back opening, melting, spreading. And the hips are heavy. Relaxing the thighs, the buttocks, softening the knees and the area behind the knees, allowing the calves to soften and melt, the heels to be heavy. The feet can relax, the toes relaxed. Breathe. And deepen the breath. And taking the arms up over the head, have a lovely stretch through the body, right the way through the body. Bending the knees, bringing the feet flat on the mat, open and close the knees, releasing the lower back. And then coming up onto your forearms, bring your shoulders forwards and backwards. Release the shoulders, any tension in the shoulders, if you can do both at once. Lovely, and then pushing yourself all the way up. Come back to yourself. Take a moment to feel the effects of that practice. And let's give thanks for this practice, being able to practice together. And the long lineage of teachers who've passed this practice down over thousands of years, making it possible for us to practice today. Sat Nam, bowing the head to the heart. Gently flutter the eyes open. And take that lovely balanced state with you through your day.